Hi folks, hope you're all okay. My name's Jean if you haven't seen one of my videos before. Hi there if this is your first time here, and hello if you're a subscriber that's come back to watch this new video as of today. Now this is the third time in the last half hour that I've tried to do this video, so fingers crossed, third time lucky. I might end up with a cat jumping up onto my knee because I've just had to stop filming and feed Louis. He's still very much in residence with us, thankfully. But up until a few minutes ago, he was asleep on the bed upstairs. He's decided that he didn't want to sleep anymore. He wanted to have a bit of a wander around and come down and have something to eat. So that's where we're at the moment. He's filling his face. Hopefully he'll decide that he doesn't really want to come and jump on my knee, but don't be surprised if I suddenly go ow and a cat's head pops up, because that will mean that he did actually want to come in here and he does actually want to come and sit on my knee. Anyway, so back to the video. Sorry about that little bit of a preamble. Right, so about a week or so ago, I was going through some of my emails. I'm really bad at going through my emails. Most of the time I ignore my inbox flat out because there's so many emails that come in on a daily basis, mostly spam ones, and it just really gets a bit overwhelming, so I try and not look until I need to. And this is kind of where we're leading to with today's video. One of the Facebook groups that I'm on, I saw a comment from someone saying that the Artful by Odia art subscription boxes had stopped, and I thought, oh, that's a little bit odd. I wonder if that's why I've not had any for a while. You might remember that I think it was back in November last year, might even be before then, that I did the last Artful unboxing. So anyway, I hurried along to my emails, did a bit of a search specifically on Artful ones, and saw that I'd got a couple of emails saying that the subscription arm of Artful was stopping. I was still entitled to 2 boxes, and I could choose from the ones that were available on this page if I followed this link. So I went and had a look, and I thought, right, okay. And then I realised that on the email I had to redeem it by, without looking on the email itself, I can't remember if it was the end of November or December last year, but it was one of those two. So I thought, might not work then, I'll drop them an email, and they can only say no, really. So I sent an email saying apologies basically for not having already done this. It is my fault. I didn't know that the subscription side of Artful Boxes was stopping. Would I still be okay to get these 2 boxes? And sorry, my throat's really dry. And I got an email back the next day, I think it was, that said, well, yeah, I've had a word with my manager, and on this occasion they've said that it's fine for you to order these 2 boxes, have a look through this link and see which ones you want and let me know. So I did that, chose a couple. There were 2 definitely that I saw on there that I'd not already got, but really only one of them that I wanted of the 2 that I didn't already have. The one that I didn't want was a screen printing one. Now, when I did art at school, screen printing was something that we had to do basically to learn about it and how it worked and things like that. And I didn't like it. It just totally turned me off printing, and it was a bit of a, nah, I don't really want to know that. I suppose in hindsight now, it it probably would have been a good idea if I'd have got that box, because my hate might not be so hateful for screen printing anymore, and doing it a different way without the art teacher looking over my shoulder might have been a bit better, but you know, my bad. So I chose one box that I know I've had and the other box that I hadn't already got. At least I don't think I've already got it. Anyway, on the previous attempt before this one to do this video, I got as far as opening that box. So I've got that little bit of a step that I don't need to do on this one. So shall we get to it? Okay, so this is the first one, and this is the box that I was already pretty sure that I'd got. It's a calligraphy box, this one, and I thought that getting extra supplies for the calligraphy part of it would go hand in hand with the calligraphy subscription boxes that I'm getting at the moment. So, opening it up, this is what we see first. This piece of orange tissue paper, and then this blue envelope. So we've got this envelope, and that's what it looks like on the back. A bit like an internal mail envelope you might see from places that use that sort of service. So let's unwind this string and we can have a look what's inside it. Right, you can probably just catch sight of it there. Let me grab all this lot out. Okay, so, excuse me. There is a Tombow Mono plastic eraser. There is a Tombow for high precision drafting HB pencil. Now there are some twin tone pens. There is chrome yellow, fuchsia pink, oops, as I throw it around, violet, sky blue, and yellow green. These are all double-ended pens. There's they're not brush tip pens though. One of there's that end, which is a little bit of a thicker felt pen end, I suppose, and then that end is a much finer one, and all 5 of these pens have got that. Then we've got some Tombow ABT pens. These are water based. There's a black one. They don't have names on them, you just go by the colour code of the cap. There's black, grey, bit like a royal blue, navy blue, I suppose. There's a light pink one, an orangey red, turquoise, a kind of orangey colour one, And then I think this is a very pale pink. Let me take this lid off and see if I can get an idea. Oh. No, I'm not going to pull that end off. But yeah, so there's 2, 4, 6, 8 Tombow water-soluble pens there. They all live in that envelope. There is a pack of 4 blank cards that you can decorate yourself and put your own verses inside. There is a Tombow UK card with a 20% off all Tombow products code, which is quite good. I might end up using that. In fact, no, I won't, because it was only valid until 31st of May 2021, so that's very out of date, unfortunately. But it's a nice advert as to what you can get in the Tombow range. So you've got that on that side, and then that on that side. Bit of a shame I can't use the code. There is a Tombow Bristol paper sketch pad that can be used for lettering, illustration and sketching. Looks like quite decent thickness paper. Smooth paper, bright white, high opacity and acid-free, ideally suited for colour gradients and laying, suitable for water-based brush pens, alcohol-based markers, fine liners, pencils and ink. And that's that, so a bit of a multi-purpose pad there. Apologies for the sun coming in on this side. It's that time of day where it's at this side of the house. I'm not complaining because it's nice and warm through the window. Okay, and then there is the Artful book, which is Let's Learn About Calligraphy and Other Stuff, and this is March to May 2021, so a couple of years old. And this tells you about probably just about everything that you need to know. So we've got 8 Tombow ABT dual brush pens, 5 Tombow twin tone dual tip markers, Tombow mono eraser, Tombow mono 100 graphite lead pencil, Tombow A4 Bristol drawing pad, and 4 Artful blank greeting cards. So altogether 29, 37, 95, 38, 39, 35, 42, 43, 45, 49. So the comparable prices probably add up to about the price of the box in this case. Got a brief history of typography. All this lot. And we've got rainbow calligraphy tutorial, how the box art was made, looking foxy tutorial. So there's all this, and there's a load more contents there. Shows you how to do various things. And so there's pages and pages and pages of stuff in here. There's also a daily drawing challenge in the back of the book here. Half the challenge is finding inspiration, right? Well, let's hope we set a daily prompt on your Instagram which should set you on your way to creating something awesome. Don't be fooled, you don't need to submit a drawing. Your response just needs to be creative. Each prompt is uploaded at midnight GMT or thereabouts, and it'll be on the grid and also our stories. We post work via our stories throughout the day. Tag your work with @ArtfulBox and use #ArtfulDailyChallenge to get your work reshared. To the right is a selection of work submitted since the last issue of the magazine and is available to view on the hashtag. And that's pictures that have been submitted for the previous box, I think. Anyway, let's get these back into the box. Sorry, my throat is really dry. I've had a cough for the past couple of weeks and it's really only starting to go now. I'm not going to bother wrapping that back up. Excuse me. This is probably going to be a bit longer than the average video, by the way, because I've got this second box to show you. Just pop this one out the way. Okay, and this is the second box. This is the one that I don't think I've got. I hope I'm not wrong, because I've got loads of coloured pencils and I don't need the set that would be in here duplicating. Okay, so open it up. We've got this regular new content. Upgrade your box. We'll share your work. We love to see what you do with your box. Use the Artful, the hashtag Artful and tag @ArtfulBox. We also host daily drawing challenge on our Instagram and repost tag work throughout the day on stories. I've got an Instagram account, but I don't really tend to use it very much. Right, so first thing we've got is this box of pencils. Excuse me. I'll take the lid off. And there's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36 different coloured pencils there. So that's pretty good going for a start. Pop the lid back on there. That's a bit of card that holds the box in place. There is a print from, I guess, what would be a featured artist. Probably in the Artful book. So there is a premium artist's sketch pad, A4 size, 40 sheets of paper suitable for pencil, pen, calligraphy, pastel and oil pastel. So that's that one. There is another pack of 4 blank greeting cards. There's a colour chart for the pencils, so you can put colours down and name them. There is a metal double pencil sharpener for different thicknesses of pencils. There is a black Artful eraser. There's a metal Artful ruler. That's pretty good because I'm always losing rulers. There are 3 graphite pencils. HB, 6H and 6B. So different what's the word I'm looking for? Different hardnesses. And then there's the book, Let's Learn About Colouring Pencils and Other Stuff. And this one doesn't have a date on the bottom of the box, on the bottom of the book, so I'm not entirely sure how old is, but I am inclined to think it's one of the newer ones that I haven't got, luckily enough. Okay, so like the previous book you've seen in the last box, this, lots of different stuff in it, various artists, ways of doing things, and colouring things, like things to do with your sketchbook pages. So, yeah, that's interesting. I think I'm some way off doing something like that. It is beautiful though. I suppose this would come under hyper-realistic. It's by Jessie Lane, emotive and photorealistic. Jessie's work catches your eye. Not wrong there. It's an excellent artist. And then it talks about the Daily Drawing Challenge again in the back. There's those artwork samples. And so yeah, that's how we're getting a little bit lost there. So that's what comes in this particular box. Let me just pop these back in place so that they don't go wandering all over the box. So I will leave a link down below to the Artful website. I will also leave my code as well, because according to the website, it's kind of still there, and I can still get points for recommending people. So by that line, I would assume, hopefully not wrongly, that people can also still get points themselves from using my code to make a purchase or whatever. So that's it for this video. It's turned out not quite as long as I thought it might have done, but that's okay. I do hope you've enjoyed watching it. Not so much of bad news. Another subscription box is going to the wall, but more like bad news, subscriptions of this box is stopping, but good news, you can still buy ones that have already gone out on their website if you want to. I think you can still buy some of the add-ons as well, because with each box you could always get like a booster pack of supplies. Like with the pencils, it would be colours of pencils that weren't in this box. There was a watercolour one, which I don't think is one that I got, but you could buy like a booster pack of watercolour pans to go with that box, things like that. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I hope that you might decide to have a look at the boxes that they've got left, and maybe think about or even buy one of your own to have a go at. I mean, they are good boxes. The stuff in them is really good. It's really good quality supplies that you get with them, and what you lay down on the paper is only as limited as your imagination. So if you decide to order any, you can have a think about what you want to do while your box is coming to you, can't you? So anyway, yes, that's it for this video. I hope, like I say, I hope you've enjoyed it. My name is Jean and this is my mainly unboxing channel. Thank you so much for sticking along if you've stayed right until the end here. Now, my weather report, because it is daytime and I can actually see outside. At the moment it's bright but cloudy. It's probably a bit chilly outside, probably a little bit colder than it looks, so I'd recommend you keeping your gloves with you and maybe a woolly hat and scarf just to be on the safe side. If you take a brolly, be careful because it can sometimes get really windy out there and I wouldn't want you to have your brolly broken by a strong gust of wind. I'll see you later, folks. Thanks again. Bye bye.